لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. ثم أما بعد، الحمد لله رب العالمين. يعني started from today we have 30% capacity, فإن شاء الله it will be يعني a great نعمة from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to come to the masjid and appreciate that we are allowed to come back to the masjid. Sometimes, you know, يعني this virus is one of the soldiers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا عَلَى وَجْهِ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُوَ. A tiny virus, they said if you get all the viruses all over the earth, that يعني the coronavirus, and you can put them in a small can. And this is, subhanAllah, break the whole economy and the movement of human, just to know our value compared to the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, we'll have different people talking every Isha, inshallah. And I will, one topic I want to reflect on all the time, يعني كلمات من القرآن, words from the Quran. It's something that I felt I myself needed, which is كيف كان العرب حينما يسمعون كلمات القرآن، ما هو الأثر النفسي أو الصورة الذهنية التي تأتي عندهم أو في عقولهم لما يسمعوا كلمات القرآن. What is the image and how the early Arab had when they listen to the words of the Quran. When we say anything, your brain will draw an image. You will try to understand something. When you say shajara or tree, right away you draw a tree in your mind. And then when I say apple tree, everyone now will put apples. Red apple tree, and then you color them. So every word we say, your image will start to paint and draw the picture. So what was the picture when the Arab listened to the words of the Quran? The early Arab, not the current Arab, because the current Arab are not Arab. So what happened is, there's some words of the Quran, we need really to understand them well. And it was a question last week about the difference between al-adl wal-ihsan. And I will add al-fadl. So al-adl, inna Allah ya'muru bil-adl wal-ihsan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command human to practice justice and ihsan. Al-ihsan هو أن تبذل أقصى جهد بشري في تحقيق الكمال النسبي. It is to do your extreme effort to achieve something, or whatever it's a statement you make or action you take, to achieve, not to be perfect, absolute perfectness, but it's a relative perfectness. Meaning, as human, we cannot reach to be perfect in anything. It's a relative perfect. You know, you don't say it's 100% because there is no al-kamal lillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To have absolute perfectness only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as human, whatever we do, it is to the human level. So when you do anything in ihsan or with ihsan, you do it to the maximum of the human level that they can reach to. And al-adl is justice. So it's to do everything in balance. And al-adl all the time, the Quran related to al-mizan, scale. When you have a scale and you go and buy any food, fruit or whatever, then you put the weight, which is 1 kilogram, 1 pound, whatever, and then you put on the other side of the mizan, of the scale, what? The goods you're buying. So when you have exactly the level of the mizan, of the scale is right, or 100% level, then this is adl. This is justice. The fadl, the extra, is what when you add extra date, extra fruit, extra apple, you give more. And the reason we say al-fadl is ziyada, لأن احنا نقول ايه حفظكم الله صندوق الفضلات. Like the garbage pen, or the garbage bin in Arabic, we say al-fadalat because this is the extra of what you need, the remaining of the extra stuff that you don't eat. Okay, so anything extra is fadl. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran said, ولا تتمنوا ما فضل الله بعضكم على بعض للرجال نصيب مما اكتسبوا وللنساء نصيب مما اكتسبن واسألوا الله من فضله. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking about men and women, this debate all the time. Allah used the word fadl. Allah gave the men extra fadl and gave the women extra fadl. So Allah gave the man something to suit his responsibilities, extra more than the woman, and Allah gave the woman something to suit their duties and responsibilities more than the man. And Allah said, don't ask what Allah gave the man, the woman will ask to be a man, or the man won't from the woman to be a woman, وَاسْأَلُ اللَّهَ مِنْ فَضْلِ, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from his fadl. So al-fadl is ziyada, something extra. So al-adl is justice 100%, al-fadl is extra. But what is ihsan? Compared to this example, al-ihsan, if you take care of the mizan every day, say something wrong with the scale, it is out of balance. So every day you check the balance, you check the scale, make sure the scale is right. This is ihsan. And this is why in many times in engineering they do what we call calibration. Anything they measure, they calibrate it every time. Why? This is ihsan. Ihsan related to itqan, to how to do something in accurate way, in the perfect human way. So when you do the mizan every day, you check your mizan every day. Maybe the mizan is out of balance, something wrong, or the scale is something wrong with it, and you go every day and you put extra food for the people who buy from you, but because it's out of scale, there is 200 grams error. So you give him what you think is justice, but you miss the ihsan. So according to you, try to do adl, you try to do justice, but because there is no ihsan. So ihsan has to be all the time that whatever tools you are using, whatever measurement you are taking, you are observing them, you're making sure it is good. And one brother was confused about the ihsan. He said, ihsan az-ziyada. Ihsan related to increase. No. Ihsan, again, is not to increase or decrease. Because, and I give him the example of when you're raising your child, when you're doing tarbiyah to any family member, sometimes if he did good and you give him extra as a reward, this is ihsan. But if he did something wrong and you want to punish him, so you decrease. And this is also ihsan. فالإحسان in the tarbiyah, you could give more or take more from the child. Because you do ihsan in the tarbiyah. But it's not only giving more. وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Allah said in the Quran, قُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. So al-husn in the statement you are making could be by complimenting someone or criticizing someone. Because if you compliment someone who's doing something wrong, this is not ihsan fil qawl. So you have to say husna according to the situation, by giving him something extra or criticizing him. So al-ihsan not related to giving or taking, or al-ihsan is related to al-hikmah, wisdom, how to react in the proper way in different situations. Okay, I hope this is clear. Inshallah, we'll continue every time with the words of the Quran and what really it meant in Arabic language in the old time. So, and we can inshallah implement them. Hopefully we, again, because the levels of the Quran is, we need to write the Quran, to read the Quran properly, and then we need to understand. If we don't understand properly, we will not be able to go to the next level, which is what? Implementing. But implementing also, fourth level is to do it with ihsan. So we read, we learn how to read properly, we understand, we get the knowledge, and we practice, and then we practice with ihsan, inshallah. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم وجزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. And we'll come back to it.